What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As promised, today we're doing an overview of this red dot optic here. As you can see, the name of it is Cyelee, however they pronounce it. I'm sure it's overseas Asian of some kind. And so what we have first of all here, I won't keep you guys too long, is the box that it comes in. I'll run through the sides slowly for you guys. If you want to pause and read this better, you can. Nothing on that side. It's fully submersible, rainproof, screw torque when you want to tighten it down. Most of us will do the standard tighten it down, normal pressure, put some Loctite on it. It is the C2 model, and I got the green dot. So let's go ahead, open her up and see what we got in there. It's not a true unboxing, as I have already opened this, as you guys have probably seen in other videos. So what do we have here? We have read before using, as all firearm related items should have. An instruction manual, quick instructions. I'll leave this here in case anybody wants to stop and read. And on the back side, it gives you instructions on how to zero your red dot, how to mount it to your slide. It does take the RMR footprint. It gives you the foot-pounds per torque to Loctite it onto your slide. It even gives you some instructions here if anybody has astigmatism or sees more of a starburst pattern. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Inside the box, you have the microfiber cloth that comes with it for cleaning, as many optics do. You have a card with similar instructions on how to zero your red dot, which I think is pretty cool. Comes with a battery, which I had already opened, not noticing that the optic already had one in it. So it actually comes with two batteries, one in the optic and an extra one. Comes with screws of various kinds, as you see here. It's got 3 different little pouches in here of screws of different sizes. Very well packaged in my opinion. It gives you all the stats you need. And it's got 3 different sizes depending on what footprint, depending on what slide, depending on what your needs are. Also in the box, which I thought was really cool, is this mini screwdriver. They give you a mini flathead here so you can adjust windage and elevation on your red dot when you're zeroing. Considering it's a budget optic, I thought that was pretty cool of them. Most companies don't go that extra mile to give you a tool like that. Also, we have here 2 wrenches. Well, one's a wrench, more of an Allen wrench. The other one's more of a flathead screwdriver type. I'll show you here. This one's more of a for the battery cap and for the screws. This one's more windage elevation also, so that's cool. We'll put that to the side. And last but not least, we have the optic. Comes with a cover, a silicone cover like this one here, and no optic because I've already mounted it on a pistol, as you've seen in other videos. It does come mounted on top of here. This is why I put it back in that configuration, because this is for Picatinny rails. If you want to put this on a shotgun, an AR-15 pattern rifle, anything of that sort, you do come with that option. And this is the optic itself. As I had shown in a previous video, I took this to the range and didn't want to make another trip just to zero this thing out, so I threw it on there and did it all at once. So as you can see, this is the Cyelee CT2. See how it comes across on camera. It is the green dot model as we've shown on the box. We'll just go front to back on it. It has elevation adjustments there. It has windage over here on this side. Those instructions are in the manual that show you how to do that appropriately when you're at the range, when you want to zero your red dot in on your pistol. One really cool feature that I liked about this, which makes it a little stronger and more robust, is these struts that they put here built into the system so that it holds a little more torture or more of a beating. So I thought that was cool. Took this down to the range today. It was very clear. You have the up and down buttons here, so you can have darker or brighter. Let's see, I'm not sure how that comes across on camera. Let's see how we do this. Okay. It gets very bright, especially for a budget red dot, aka green dot. It gets super bright. I don't think you'll have any problems regardless of where you're at. It does have 2 night vision compatible settings. I believe it's 12 settings total. I could be wrong about that. Let me know down in the comments. But it was fantastic. I used it at the range today. It is a 3 MOA dot. It does not have any other reticle. It's just a pure 3 MOA dot, which is okay. This is going to be dedicated to this pistol, so it works just fine. Anytime you want to get a red dot, you should probably look up ones that suit the purpose that you're going to use it for. This is just going to sit here. It's not going to take much of a beating because the slide doesn't reciprocate on this pistol. With the red dot on it, this is attached to the barrel, so that's just fine. And the glass on it was really clear. Took it to the range, didn't have any problems with it. It shot great. It is parallax free. The dimensions on this specific one are just under 2 inches long by 1 inch by 1 inch. The weight of it is 1.4 ounces or 40 grams. It does have shake awake technology in it. So if you leave it sitting down for a certain amount of time without moving it, the optic will turn itself off. And the moment, even heavy footsteps, even you shaking this countertop right here would turn it back on, so it would be ready to go. The adjustments are 1 MOA per click. For those who don't know, MOA stands for minute of angle. So at 100 yards, it would be a 1 inch adjustment, so on and so forth. If you do the math, if you come in 25 yards, you do the math accordingly. And those are the way you adjust your red dot. Also, it is the 3 MOA dot, as I've already said. Not sure if you can see it. I think 3 MOA dot. Let me turn that up a little bit. 3 MOA dot is just fine for general purpose shooting. Some people that want to go really precise like the 2 MOA dot. The finish on it is matte black. It is, again, as I said before, an RMR footprint. So it fits the Trichicon RMR is the one that it's named after, but Holosun 507C, that series, they all have the RMR footprint. The maximum battery life, it says, is 50,000 hours. I believe that's because of the shake awake technology. If you leave this sitting down, it'll turn itself off when it's not in use, so that tends to save a lot of battery. The window is coated glass, so it has a very slight discoloration. I'm sure, let me see if you can see that. To average Joes like me, it doesn't make much of a difference. It's not going to change the color of the world around you. You can still get on target and do what you got to do. And as I said, it is parallax. Now, one thing I really like about this optic, and one reason, a major reason I purchased it, is because it has the top loading battery tray, which means I can change the battery right then and there without having to change the optic off and have to worry about re-zeroing it. This is why I didn't remove it for this video, so I don't have to re-zero it. But you can take the tool provided, this one that I showed you earlier, unscrew this, put a battery on, screw it back on, no problems, you're good to go. Continue rolling, your zero should be just the same. The eye relief is unlimited. For those that don't know, when it comes to red dots, it doesn't matter how far, how close you hold it to your face, you'll see the same reticle, you'll see it clear. Now, a lot of times people try to focus on the reticle itself and they see it blurry, but when it comes to a red dot, what you want to do is focus on the target, and the thing gets super crisp, super clean. It's a very good dot. And believe it or not, it does have an IPX rating of IPX7. So like it said on the box, it is submersible. It can take water. I wouldn't let it sit underwater for a long time, but they do say it is waterproof. I can't think of any situation where you'd want to let it sit underwater for a long time, but if you had to, I'm sure it can take a decent amount. Now, one thing I wanted to go over was it is an open LED emitter, which means it reflects off that glass, but the LED is tucked away right in there. So the LED projects from there onto the glass, and that's what you're seeing with your eyes. So it is vulnerable to getting dirt, lint, things like that stuck in there messing with it. So you never want to use that for anything that might get dirt in there and stuff like that. And if you do, you want to blow that out of there as soon as possible. It could cause some issues for you. But other than that, if you're not going in the desert, mud, things like that, I don't think you'll have a problem with it. But that is an open LED emitter red dot. My overall impression of it when I first got it was that it felt robust, it felt good, it feels really good considering that I bought this for at about $100 or slightly under. I can't remember the exact price off the top of my head, but I believe it's still at that price now. And when I took it to the range, it didn't disappoint at all. I think it's a very good option for the price. I think for something that's not going to be duty use, that's not going to be on any kind of battle pistol, anything that's going to take a whooping, I think this is just fine, though it might be able to take a whooping. Not sure, I haven't really tested it yet. I haven't done any Sage Dynamics type of exams on it, but I'm sure it can hold up. I gotta say, very impressed. Very good budget, Optic, and everything they promise it does so far. If I have any issues in the future, I will do a follow-up on that. But for now, that is the Cyelee CT2 red dot. That's all I have for you guys today as far as this CT2 Cyelee green dot optic. If there's anything you think I missed, comment down below. If not, that's me signing out for today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the good things that help small channels like me grow. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. God bless.